Hey, how's it, Aloha gang? Coming up on High Now, get your chopsticks ready. It is the final chapter of our Noodles of Asia series. Today, it's Taiwan and Hong Kong on the menu.
And it's graduation season. I'm here live at Nico's Pier 38 learning all the special ways you can celebrate your graduate.
Plus, Nami Walks 2024 is just around the corner. We've got all the details on their annual fundraiser. It's all happening right now on High Now Daily.
Aloha and welcome to High Now Daily. I'm Rachel Pacaro and I'm very excited to get to today's show. You saw right in the opening, we have Lei and Amber coming up from Nami Hawaii. Such the sweetest ladies. I can't wait to check in with them about the Nami Walks happening a little later in the year. But right now, I know we are going to send things out to Kainoa as we wrap up our Noodles of Asia series. He's out there at STIX Asia. What's happening, Kainoa?
That's right, Rachel. Thank you so much. You know what? Today is such a bittersweet day as it is the final chapter of our Noodles of Asia series over here at STIX Asia, Waikiki. It's been amazing. We have traversed through Asia without having stepped foot on a plane. Over here at STIX Asia, it's home to 12 different eateries offering a variety of unique and just really amazing dining varieties and options. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about Taiwan and Hong Kong. We've done Vietnamese. We've done Tokyo versus Hokkaido-style ramen. Just last week, Rachel had the opportunity to do udon, Japanese-style. And so today, we're going to wrap things up at Honolulu Noodle Company, and we're going to be talking about Taiwanese cuisine. Come with us. And that's where we find Dr. Wu. Hi, Doc.
Welcome.
Doc, thank you so much for having us. I'm going to have a seat over here. So, Doc, before we get into this incredible stuff, I'm in a what's not to like situation right now. But before we get into all this great food, let's talk a little bit about Taiwanese cuisine and its roots and its influences.
So, Taiwanese cuisine, a lot of people who don't know Taiwan really well is, Taiwan was a province island from China, but it's also been conquered by the Portuguese and also been given away to the Japanese by the last dynasty, the Qing dynasty. So Taiwanese cuisine is actually a kind of a fusion of like Chinese food and also Japanese food. And to be very specific, a lot of influence from Okinawa too. So because they're right across the strait from each other, so very close. So it's kind of like a perfect blend, just like Hawaii, or like a melting pot. And that's kind of like a melting pot off the coast of China is Taiwan. And we have great food, delicious food. It has best of both the Chinese food and also a lot of Japanese influences.
Yeah, and now with so many influences coming together, that's what we see represented in these dishes. Tell the High Now viewers about Honolulu Noodle Company and all of these wonderful meals you prepared.
So, Honolulu Noodle Company, why we named it this, because Honolulu is actually, in Chinese, is called Tanshansan, meaning the mountain where all the sandalwood was. If you remember back in old Hawaiiana, there's a lot of sandalwoods that used to be here. So a lot of Chinese immigrants came to Honolulu to harvest all these things. So there's a lot of great history and a lot of tie of Taiwanese, Chinese, and also Hawaii. And if you know, the Taiwanese Aborigines are also cousins of the Hawaiian people here. So there's a lot of connection here. And that's why we call it Honolulu Noodle Company, because we want everybody to know that it is incorporation of us and Taiwan together. And all of our ingredients are all made here locally in Hawaii. Nothing is from the mainland. We find all the noodles are handmade here.
Delicious.
And our wraps and everything. This is our gyoza, our pot stickers. Another word.
Okay, so tell us about and I want to tell everybody out there, obviously with us talking about the noodles of Asia, over here at Honolulu Noodle Company, throughout the dishes, we see wider and thinner noodles, correct? Yes. So this is an example of this is going to be the thinner side, right?
Yeah, this is the thinner noodles, and what you're trying right now is the sesame noodles. And how does it taste? It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's delicious. Different kind of texture, super soft.
Yeah, very soft. The thinner noodles are great for drier noodles, And then what you're gonna try right here, this is what we call the everything noodles.
Go ahead and check this out. So we have everything noodles in here, and I see lots of meat. There's different ingredients over there at the
Yes,
top.
the everything noodle we have shin steak. So
Okay.
instead of just your normal brisket, we use beef shin, and that gives you a nice chewy tendon and things that are mixed within the meat, and you can see it compromises really well with the thicker noodles, so it can absorb the broth.
That's why the wider noodles are better for the broth. And the
That's
soup,
right. The wider noodles are better because
man.
they have a better absorption rate, so it can bring up the flavor. And this noodle soup that you're tasting just right now, it's been cooked for 48 hours before it's served out to you.
So much work, so much love going into all of the food and all of the dishes over here.
Yeah.
You can really taste it. What about this specific dish over here? This is like some pork.
That's right. This is our pork belly noodle, and this is our really nice big chunk of pork belly. Look at that, huh?
Talk about the influences that are happening over here. And then I know that even with a lot of the cuisine, the different cooking techniques with Taiwanese cooking, we're talking about flavors, ingredients. This is thousands, over 1,000
That's right.
years it goes back, right? Old traditions.
Old tradition. So, going back to the beef noodles, this used to be like a soldier food in olden China, especially in the Tang Dynasty, where the soldiers are deployed. They have to make big pots of noodles, and they have to make big pots of broth to serve the soldiers whether it's hot or whether it's in cold environment. They really need to like give people good energy,
Right.
so they can fight, they can go on the battlefield. And so then the original beef noodle came from that. And back all the way close to like 1,000 years ago in the Tang Dynasty, and they started this, and then now it has perfected throughout the ages, through hundreds of years, and to what we're tasting right now, that's the beef noodle.
Yeah, Doc, it is incredible. It is so delightful. So if you want to come down here and taste a piece of history, come on down here to STIX Asia Waikiki and make sure you check out Honolulu Noodle Company. Doc, that's a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thanks
Anna.
so much. You know, we're going to continue talking about food right now. We're going to toss things over to McKenna Dooley. Take it away. Oh, this is good.
Hey Kainoa, yes, I am here. You know, it is graduation season, and here in Honolulu, or all around the state really, we always are looking for wonderful ways to celebrate our graduates. And I know one man who has made it very easy for all of you. Everybody, welcome Chef Nico. Hi, Chef, come on in. Thank you for being here. It is an exciting time. I'm like, thank you for being here at your own restaurant. It's an exciting time, and you really and your staff have made it so easy for party planners and graduates. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so basically, the fish market is separate from the restaurant, and it's a great place to come in and order your sashimi platter, your poke platter, your smoked fish, your poke nachos,
All the things.
sushi, whatever you want.
Yeah, whatever you want. And what you're famous for, we're going to walk on this
Yeah.
way, is how fresh and beautiful the fish you get.
Yeah.
Let's tell everybody about your fish and where you get it from.
Yeah, so we get the fish fresh from the fish auction right next to us at Pier 38. So every day we fill up the grab and go with fresh chunk of ahi. That grab and go is refilled about 5 to 6 times a day.
Wow.
Anything from saltfish, ahi tombo, yellowfin, big eye, aku.
You name it.
We have some oysters for, if you want to grab some for tonight and take it home.
I will definitely grab some for tonight. Let's walk over here. Lots
So,
more of the grab and go here.
yeah.
Your house-made dressings, always a win at all the parties. But let's move over to this way to your poke bar, which is incredible because I love about Nico's not only the freshness, but how many options and choices you have. So let's show everyone at home.
So first we have here, first of all we have a smoked fish, really popular. So we have our own smoker, all the fish are smoked in-house, and we store it. It's great for in the platters also. So when you design your own platter, you can design it, make it your poke platter, and then have some smoked fish in it.
Yeah, and we're gonna get to those platters in just a minute
We
because
got
that is
fresh,
something so fresh. And right here, dun dun dun, this is where it's at. I want to know which is the most famous Nico. Which one?
So it's basically in order. The number 1, number 2, number 3,
Let's
number
talk
4.
about him, Chef. Tell me about
So
him.
we got the spicy ahi.
Yeah.
Fresh ahi with a spicy sauce, onions, green onions, and it's a special recipe we have. We do have shoyu poke, which is just poke, but there's pretty much no seasoning. Everything is nice and fresh. We don't try to overload it with seasoning. You can make your own. We have a little little bar on the side. You can add your salt, furikake, sesame seed, whatever you like on your fish. But the deluxe with ogo.
That's my favorite
seaweed.
right there.
And then we get a mix, and then we get the California poke with avocado, cucumbers, and then a mix. So you can go on and on. This is a new addition we've been trying, and it's been really, really popular. It's actually our new Ai wasabi cream.
Oh my
poke.
gosh, I need to try that. Can
And
I try that?
of course you
Oh my
can.
goodness, that's
They may get you
incredible.
that.
And
Yeah.
again, these are all wonderful options that you have to get poke bowls when you're here at Nico's Pier 38. Don't forget there's also Nico's over in Kailua. And just a great way to celebrate your graduates and that are here with Nico. So I'm getting a special taste right now,
Yeah,
and this is the
there
new
you go.
one. Mahalo.
Oh, you're welcome.
And actually, so tell me about this recipe.
So it's basically kind of thinking about the
my
wasabi,
gosh.
how we can mix the wasabi without being too spicy, not overwhelming. So we kind of make
God.
a wasabi cream.
Okay.
It's kind of
This is a
good
winner, 100.
Yeah,
Okay, let's
so
tell everybody,
that's good.
Chef, why we're here. We're gonna walk over here.
Yeah.
Graduation season. Talk about the platters.
Oh yeah, so the platters. So it's
So good.
happening. People are ordering platters for the graduation party. You know, the restaurants are pretty busy. So you can do your party in a restaurant or at
Right.
home in your backyard or whatever. So we're ready for that. If you want to do it in a restaurant, you can come to Nico's and hopefully there's space
And you
for
have
you.
live music here. I told you
We
my
have
friends and I
yeah.
we were here on Friday for 4 hours.
we have live
so the
music
platters,
and
how do
everything.
people go about ordering the platters?
The platters, you order it online or you can call the restaurant or online at nicospier38.com. This is like a keiki platter, we call that. So you see, so there's a rainbow sashimi. It's
Beautiful.
salmon, hamachi, and ai.
Oh my gosh. And
This
then,
is the king size platter.
oh, wow. Look at that.
King size platter. That's about 5 pounds of fresh big eye tuna, and
Beautiful.
you can order
Chef,
that.
let's tell everybody they can call in.
We can call in, or we can go to the nicospier38.com website and place an order. And we also have a catering menu on it, so you can add to that whatever food you want. on the
Whatever
menu.
you want. I love that.
So it's kind of the option, but to me, it's like kind of New Year's. The graduation party without sashimi is not the same,
Yeah, it-
especially here.
Right. Well, thank you so much for keeping it fresh
You're
for us, you guys.
welcome, yeah.
We have so much more here for you on High Now Daily. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Thank
Can we
you.
jump into this?
Yeah, go for
Yeah,
it.
this right here, Zach.
This,
Look at this. Look at this.
Aloha and welcome back to Hi Now Daily. Now, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and joining me right now is Amber and Lei of Nami Hawaii. Thank you, ladies, for sitting down with me today.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, let's talk a little bit about Nami Hawaii and your folks' mission. What do you folks do there, and what does Nami stand for?
Oh, well, Nami is all about mental health. And Nami, the acronym is National Alliance on Mental Illness. And we are dedicated to improving the lives of individuals and families who are affected by mental illness. And we provide support, education, and awareness. And this month, because it's Mental Health Awareness Month, we are opening up our registration to the largest mental health walk on Hawaii, our Nami Walks.
Beautiful. Okay, so Nami Walks is more than just walking in support, right? There's going to be a lot of things happening. This is happening actually in October, but we wanted to get ahead of it so that you guys can register because it's so important to raise awareness and like break the stigma, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And we'll have the fun things like games, entertainment, food. But one of the biggest things that we have there is going to be our wellness tent. And the wellness tent will have over 20 mental health partners that are going to be where you can actually go there, ask a therapist question. A whole bunch of people are going to be there to help the community. That's what we're all about. We're very community oriented, and we want people to come and say, you know what, mental health matters to me, and we're going to break that stigma. It's a safe place for everyone to come.
Absolutely. The more you talk about it, the more you raise awareness about it, people will be comfortable with sharing their stories. And that's how you both got into becoming a part of Nami Hawaii, having your own experiences, whether it be you yourself, your family members, or things that you've just experienced, right?
Yes, yes. Well, for me, I come from a very strict Asian family, and mental health was never talked about. You never talk about any kind of mental illness. But now I'd like to talk about it because I would like to help break that stigma and say, I lived with lived experience in anxiety, insomnia, and panic attacks. And Nami was there to help me to find coping skills and educate me. And so I want to, and Amber herself, we want to come out and say, hey, come out to the walk. We have so much support that we can provide you. We've got workshops, all these things that will be able to empower people to help other people as well.
Absolutely. And when is the walk?
October 12th, that's a Saturday, and it's happening all over different islands. So we have one on Oahu at the Frank F. Fossey Civic Grounds, one on the Big Island, Kauai, Maui, and this year we've added Lanai to it as well.
I love that you folks are expanding your services, having the walks now on more islands. And then Amber, I wanted to move over to you because you are going to be a part of the one on Maui. I know that there's going to be some booths there. There's going to be people to help with coping. There's going to be the walk, of course. But tell everybody about how you got involved with Nami Hawaii and why it's so special to you.
So Nami I've been involved with for a long time. I myself have struggled with PTSD, anxiety, eating disorders, panic attacks, and I have a lot of family members who also have dealt with mental health conditions, and I've lost a few family members to suicide. So raising awareness about mental health and letting people know that it is okay to not be okay and that there is help out there, and to try to get people help earlier so that they can live better lives. And so getting involved with Nami Hawaii has been a big important thing for me, and getting that walk started in Maui. This will be our second year getting that going. So it's a little smaller than the Oahu one, but we still have a lot of fun activities that we're going to be doing.
Absolutely, you got to start somewhere. I'm glad bringing it back to Maui the second year, especially what happened back in August with the wildfires. So a perfect opportunity to open up this space for people to come and join you. Walk for Maui as well. So Nami Walks, that's on the same date as well.
It is.
And then where will that walk be on Maui?
It'll be at the University of Hawaii at Maui College, right on the Great Lawn.
Okay, and if people wanted to register, your website, what is that?
NamiHawaii.org.
NamiHawaii.org. And you can start registration now, right?
You can
Go
start
ahead.
registering for
Go!
all islands actually right now.
Right on. Okay, so a lot of things to talk about. We have the poster here because if you are in need of help right now, you guys have some resources to share.
Yes, anybody can contact the helpline to get some support, but we also have many different support groups in Hawaii, either online or in person. We have support groups for families and for people with mental health conditions. And we also have been facilitating support groups for fire survivors in Maui. We do that every last Wednesday of the month.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing the resources and Nami Walks. So go ahead and check them out on our website. But before we go, I wanted you to finish on that last thought.
Well, for Nami National, because we are a national organization, we're the largest grassroots mental health organization in the nation. And we have a campaign going right now because it's Mental Health Awareness Month. And it's take a moment and be kind to yourself, that there is always hope and you're never alone.
All right. Well, thank you so much, ladies, for sitting down with me again. Go ahead and register for Nami Walks. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with more of Hi Now Daily. Mahalo, ladies. Thanks.
How's it, aloha gang, and welcome back to Hi Now Daily. We're back over here at STIX Asia, Waikiki, as we begin to wrap up the final chapter of our Noodles of Asia series. We welcome in now Frank Clark, the CEO of STIX Asia. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
I gotta thank you. This has been so fun, so delicious, and very educational, all rolled up into one. It's been a fun experience.
Yeah, it's been great to have you guys here today.
Very excited to be at this next stop. So now we're moving on to Hong Kong style cuisine. For our Hi Now viewers out there, we're going to tell everyone we're at HK Cafe at STIX Asia, but how would you describe the cuisine, Hong Kong style?
Well, HK stands for Hong Kong, so it's basic cuisine strictly from Hong Kong. And I don't know if you know about Hong Kong cuisine is made out of British, Chinese, and Southeast Asia with their flavors and ingredients. So that's the whole recipe of how they came up with all these great dishes. So.
One of the biggest things I've been learning as we've kind of traversed through the different spots over here at STIX Asia is just how many of these different cultures have influences from different places that really influence all of the dishes in the food.
Yeah, absolutely. And where you're going to find out, they have so many different types of noodles for each specific dish. And that's what it's all about, this particular show, right? It's all about the different kind of noodles and the learning experience that you're going to be, and the different textures and the deliciousness.
Yeah, and every noodle, it's a little bit different depending on where you are. The ingredients are always a little bit different, so the entire experience is really unique. We're going to start over here. I believe this is the beef satay, and this is on rice noodles, right?
That's on rice noodles, correct.
And then we have our, this is fried noodles with soy supreme sauce.
Supreme sauce.
Beef chow fun, and this is, I believe, the pork and the shrimp wonton soup that's over here.
And
at
that's in
HK.
the egg noodle.
And this is with the egg noodles.
Correct.
Which, these already look a little bit, and what I love is that all of the dishes super different utilization of the noodles.
Yeah, that's what's
You're
great
dry
about,
and then the broth.
That's what's great about this restaurant. They have so many different varieties and great textures, and then it's all delicious too. And by the way, this is the seafood lasca as well.
Oh, wow, look at that. And then, we were talking a little bit earlier, this as well is one of the most popular Chinese spots to check out. I mean, the food here is really incredible.
We're so excited to have them as a tenant. I mean, the food quality is actually, I think it's the best Chinese restaurant on the island, to be honest. I mean, not to be biased in any way, but the food is outstanding here. Outstanding.
Oh, man. This is the egg noodle, the one that I'm eating with the wonton, yeah?
Correct.
It's super easy, super light, and so like the texture on it it's very thin as well.
Yeah. And just to let you know, the chef has over 20 years of experience cooking Hong Kong cuisine. So that's what makes it even more authentic.
And in addition to the many dishes that we're featuring over here, obviously, dim sum has also become wildly popular as well. This is the pork and shrimp shu mai. This is the char siu bao, the shrimp dumplings, and the soup wontons that are all.
Yeah, the shoudongba. So basically, when you eat into that, the juices will fall out of your mouth in there.
Wow.
Yeah, but what's great about HK cafes, they're all day dim sum. So usually when I go to a Chinese restaurant, I want to have dim sum, at 5 o'clock, but I can never have it. But here, it's all day. So that's another great feature about this place.
Wow, you were right about that. It's like an explosion.
Right.
I love that. And I want to move over here. A lot of different unique dishes. Again, we touched on all of the noodles that are featured here at HK Cafe. What do we have over here,
This
Frank?
is a fish curry cake. And this is a homemade curry sauce that they make here. It's only made here, so he's got a
I was
special
actually
recipe.
going to say, this is probably for myself, probably the first time I've seen something like this.
So it's a curry fish ball, basically.
Curry fish ball.
But it's, he's told me not to tell anything about this special sauce they use, so I'm not supposed to say anything.
I can see why. It's very secret. Just know that it's good. And they also have the sauce, which is a unique dessert.
Yeah, besides, before we get to dessert, we'll finish off with the sweet and sour, like a traditional Chinese dish. But, as you can see, it's beautifully done, and it's actually very delicious at the same time.
Everyone eats with the eyes first. Very colorful dish when you go ahead and take a look at that.
Yeah. And this is the last one. This is Ovaltine toast. And the secret about this one, when you open it up and you cut it up, you can just see the condensed milk just oozing out of the toast, and it's just delicious. And it's got basic cocoa puffs, cocoa around the surrounding of the toast.
I'm curious as well, for people who haven't been there, but when you travel, are these like typical dishes affairs that you would see at sit-down restaurants, or is this almost maybe kind of, some of them, this one maybe a street food?
Yeah, in Hong Kong, the food is fast-paced, and everyone's so busy working, so a lot of the food here is to take out. But they've also incorporated a lot of sit-down dishes as well, traditional Chinese dishes as well. But mostly, like you said, Hong Kong is eat and go kind of style, so it's so busy there. So
yeah, absolutely. And when you sit here and you kind of look out on STIX Asia, the different eateries, the different cultures, the different history that's represented within this place. I mean, how does it make you feel to see people come in here and really get an authentic and unique experience? Because we see from Kama'aina to visitors, people enjoy it.
Yeah, I think the best thing I get a kick out is when I see people go and they get to the directory guy and they don't know where to go. And they're so confused, where should I go eat? Everything looks delicious. But, like I said, we want to provide an authentic, affordable option for visitors to come here, as well as a local market.
I highly encourage you, if you haven't been, come on down here to STIX Asia. Go to that directory. You're going to hit a home run no matter where you go. We're going to finish up over here at HK Cafe. Head to break, but stay with us. We're going to have more live from STIX Asia coming up after the break. Cheers, Frank.
Cheers.
All right.
Hey, aloha everyone and welcome back to Hi Now Daily. We are here at Nico's Pier 38 learning about all the beautiful, wonderful ways that we can celebrate your graduates. One thing I love about Nico's is it is the freshest fish, right, that you can get here in Honolulu, as well as it's a family-oriented business. And right now I am joined by Ilima, Nico's daughter, who is going to share a really special recipe with us. Aloha, Ilima.
Hi. So today we're going to share with you guys a simple recipe of poke nachos. You guys can pick up your fresh poke from Nico's at the fish market, or you guys can go online and also order it on our catering menu. And we're gonna start off with our fresh poke.
Of course.
So right here we have just simple sesame seeds, sesame oil,
Yum.
sweet onion, green onion, and fresh ahi. You guys can make this at home, or you can pick it up here. You're gonna put, this is a big portion. This is how our catering menu would serve it.
Right, and
So
we
we'll
are
put
talking
this
about
on
these are
top.
things that you can get on the catering menu. You can come and pick. They also have all, like Chef was showing us earlier, the different types of poke, spicy ahi, shoyu ahi poke, to make these wonderful poke nachos. All right, girl, what you got next?
Okay, so next we have this spicy sriracha aioli. It's just mayo and sriracha.
Load
Put
it
that
up.
on top.
Wow.
Put as much as you want.
Now, do you know the recipe? Did your dad share the secret sauce recipe with you?
Kind of. I mean, I used to make this at the luau's that we used to cater for. But these sauces are pretty simple to make yourself, and then the poke is our specialty.
Of course.
And then if you want to put the furikake on top.
Actually, you got the gloves on,
yeah.
girl. Yeah. I've been touching all kinds of fish, but go for it. There you go.
Then
Furikake. Wow. Yes. And again, it's so wonderful just this season. And let's be honest, you can have Nico's and poke nachos anytime. But for graduation season, this is just so something great that you can share, you know, something pickable. That's wonderful.
Yeah, perfect for graduation parties to pick up from our catering menu, or to make yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Now we were talking about celebrating our graduates. You are going to be a graduate this year too. So this is something you take to a party with all your friends?
Yes, yeah. I'm going to have a graduation party coming up soon. I would love to bring this for all my friends and family. And yeah, it's super fun to make as well.
Wonderful. All right, one more time. Let's go over all the ingredients that we just put in there. We got the wonton chips. Go ahead, the ahi, the sauces.
Yes, yeah, so the sriracha aioli, the kabayaki, the ahi, just simple, sesame seed. You can add shoyu as well if you want. Furikake, green onion, and wonton chips. That's
Beautiful.
it.
All right, shall we dig in? Should we just get nice and in
go for
here?
it.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna load this up. Tell everybody where they can order this at home.
So you guys can order it on our website, Nico's at nicospier38.com, and we have the menu with all the catering items on there as well.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you. Ilima, everybody. Don't forget, you guys can get to piers38.com for Nico's. We'll be right back. Don't go away. This is delicious. Good.
How's it, aloha gang, and welcome back to High Now Daily. We're hanging out right now at the Shanghai bar, located over here at STIX Asia, Waikiki. We're back with our friend Frank Clark as we continue to wrap up this series, The Noodles of Asia. It's been such a fun partnership, having High Now, inviting our viewers to come along this journey with us. What do you hope that viewers take away from the series and all of these wonderful places?
Well, first of all, we would like to thank you guys to come down here. And we hope that out of the series, you guys learn a little bit about noodles. And you notice that there's so many different varieties of it, and there's different cultures how they make their noodles. And by the way, I learned as well. You know, as I got into the process and I wanted to learn a little bit more, I did my own research. And you know, I didn't know there was 10,000 ramen shops in Japan. You know, there's 16,000 udon shops and 17,000 soba shops. You know, who would ever thought that? So, you know, just those little takeaways. But I think the most thing is, hey, all noodles are great. They're delicious, and I think that's what I want everyone to take away from this trip.
Absolutely. I think for me personally, I think what I've learned in coming down here is realizing just how much effort, how much work goes into all of the food that's being prepared over here. When we met with Dr. Wu earlier at the Honolulu Noodle Company, we're talking about a 48-hour broth. That's just for the broth. We're not talking about the other ingredients that goes into that. Recipes, traditions that go back in some cases over 1,000 years. And with that being said as well, another big thing that I've learned is that I'm telling you, you come to STIX Asia, you're gonna hit a home run. The places, the food, the restaurants inside this place are outstanding. I also wanted you to, if you could, to tell our viewers a little bit about my attire. Now, I celebrated, we got this from Beth and Brian Chipao as we celebrated Lunar New Year on High Now. But if you could, please tell our viewers a little bit about, this is a Tang suit shirt that I'm rocking.
Yeah,
right
actually,
now.
I'm jealous. I mean, I'm
lots of compliments on this. I gotta thank Rachel. She was like, no, you should wear that. So yeah. I'm in it.
No, I don't know where mine is, but you look outstanding in it.
But this is traditional too, right?
It is traditional. Like Doctor was probably more familiar with that as myself, but you know, it's you look great in it, by the way. So you look great.
Thanks, Frank. So I want you to tell everybody as well. Now, in terms of the Shanghai bar, everything that takes place over here, the bar in particular opens at what time? Because there's different Pauhana hours, right?
Yeah, the bar is open on Monday through Friday from 5 o'clock, and then from on Saturday, Sunday, it's open all day. So.
Okay, yeah, we have some people that are coming over here to check out Shanghai in just a bit. Now, what's the best resource for information if people want to book reservations, come down here and see the different menu options, and if people want to get reservations?
If you can go to our website, you know, www.stixasia.com, as well as our Instagram, you know, you can get all the information about all the shops in particular. And we also offer parking, free parking validation. You spend $35 or more, and that's Monday through Friday after 5 o'clock, and then Saturday, Sunday, all day.
Thank you so much. And I also want to tell everybody as well, we're talking with Dr. Wu a little bit earlier with Honolulu Noodle Company. This is the sister company, right? So Shanghai Bar.
Yeah, Shanghai Bar is, like you said, the sister company of Honolulu Noodle Company. They make some unique drinks here. And then actually, we're going to have this explained.
Look. Yeah, so what is this one? What are we looking at over here?
Shanghai Old Fashioned.
This is a Shanghai Old Fashioned. This is what you're going to find when you come down over here to the Shanghai Bar. What about this one? This one looks colorful.
Rainbow shot.
A rainbow shot. I can see why.
Yeah.
I can see why over here. And Shanghai Bar opens again. That's daily at 5 p.m. Correct? So
yes.
5 p.m. if you want to come down here, have some great drinks, eat some great food as well.
You can order at the bar as well. So you know, people can get some dumplings while eating some Shanghai shot bar, as well as old fashioned here as well. So.
Also, I wanted to reference these as well. Now, earlier in the show, we were over there at HK Cafe. These are the honey milk teas that they have.
Like you know what's Taiwan's known for, China's known for, Hong Kong is basically the teas, right? So they have an assortment of great teas, as well as you have the milk tea there in your hand as well. So.
I'm telling you, there's something for everybody down over here at STIX Asia, Waikiki. Frank, thank you so much.
Thank you.
The Noodles of Asia series has been phenomenal.
Thank you.
I have learned so much, and I will definitely be back.
Well, thank you very much. I hope everybody did as well. So.
All right, thank you so much for having us. We're going to head to break. We're going to have more coming up from behind now. Don't go anywhere.
Today on High Now, I have Tony Veritella, the president and founder of the nonprofit Alzheimer's Caregiving and the Caregivers. We're going to continue with 2 more of the 10 guiding principles of caregiving. We're now at 7. Let's continue.
Yeah, thank you, Rachel. The 7th one is just basically being aware of what they can do and focusing on what they can do, not what they can't. So in the early stage, they'll be able to still do multiple step tasks, but as time goes on, what happens is it gets smaller and smaller, so then you have to kind of have everything be in a single step, like, you know, wipe the table or fold the laundry or cut this one vegetable for dinner. They can't really express or explain to you what they can or can't do, but you don't want them to feel bad. You want them to feel engaged and participating and therefore part of kind of the family. So it's all real positive, it's always reinforcing, and they can sense how you feel, not just from the words you're using, but your facial expressions, the tone of your voice. So all that's really kind of critical.
And then number 8. What is number 8?
Is to ask, not demand. Asking for their help. You're asking if they will come with you to go run errands. Your chances of getting them engaged to actually do something are far greater if your tone is positive, you're smiling and laughing and doing whatever you can to kind of engage them. So.
Asking instead of telling, and I think that goes a long way with many situations,
sure.
Right?
Just in normal life, right? In your relationships or anything else.
And now let's talk about your message of hope.
Part of our intent here is to help caregivers in caregiving for their loved one. And the other part is to help the caregivers take care of themselves. One of the first things you have to do as a caregiver or a unit of caregivers is build your caregiving community, or your ohana, so to speak. And that could be your friends and family. It could be people at your church. It could be people at a club that you belong to. Or you may need to look at professional organizations that have adult daycare for a few hours, because you, the caregiver, absolutely need breaks. If it's a few minutes in a day, if it's an hour during the day, if it's a half a day a week, you need those breaks, but you need a caregiving community to really help you facilitate that. So these resources are all going to be online at our alzcaregiving.org, that's the website. They'll all be online, so you can tap into them anytime you really need it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with me today.
So
of course, and for those of you who are watching and you would like the support of Tony here, go ahead and check them out. We're going to have all of this up on HiNowDaily.com. Mahalo.
Aloha, thank you.
diabetes is the 7th leading cause of death in Hawaii, and the Department of Health strives to promote wellness and improve the quality and years of life for Hawaii's people through a variety of programs and resources. And joining me today is Elia Titimuea, Diabetes Program Coordinator. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about this very important topic, diabetes, and why it's so important for us to talk about prevention.
Well, it's important to prevent diabetes because it has very serious complications. These complications happen when our blood sugar, also known as blood glucose, is too high. Over time, these high levels of blood glucose can damage the small blood vessels in our eyes, in our kidneys, and in the nerves in our feet, which is why it is the #1 cause of adult blindness, kidney failure, and lower limb amputation. And as you mentioned earlier, it's the 7th leading cause of death in Hawaii.
There's pre-diabetes and there's actual diabetes. What's the difference between the two?
So the difference is in the amount of blood glucose that you have. There are different ways that we can measure blood glucose, but the most common are your A1C and your fasting blood glucose. And occasionally we do the oral glucose tolerance test. Now it's important to know the numbers for these tests, but for this morning we'll just focus on the fact that there are ranges of test results that we consider normal, pre-diabetes, and diabetes. And they're represented by the colors green, yellow, orange, and red in the graphic that we see here, just like our traffic lights. Now, if you have pre-diabetes, you're at higher risk for developing diabetes, but it's not automatic that you will. The good news is, if you can make some lifestyle changes that'll help you to lose weight, like eating healthier or moving more, you can prevent yourself from developing diabetes. In fact, some people have been able to reverse their pre-diabetes back into the normal range.
Wow.
So knowing if you have pre-diabetes is an important first step, because then you can make those changes that will help you to prevent diabetes.
Great to know. You were talking about prevention, right? What are some ways that you'd recognize if you are pre-diabetic, or how can you tell that you are? Is there a test that we can take?
Yes, there is a pre-diabetes risk test that you can take to see if you're at high risk. It's very easy to take and only takes about a minute or two to complete.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So,
all you gotta do is scan the QR code that's on the screen right now. It'll take you to a link that'll take you to the test. And so first question, let's go for it.
First question, do you have a mother, father, brother, or sister with diabetes?
Okay, next.
Have you ever been diagnosed with high blood pressure?
Okay, next.
How old are you?
A woman never tells.
What ethnicity best describes you?
Okay, we'll go here. And next.
And are you physically active?
I try to be, so.
Are you a man or a woman?
Okay, woman.
Now, if you're a woman, it will also ask you if you've ever been diagnosed with gestational diabetes.
Yes, and that would be during pregnancy. I had my 2 babies, but no gestational diabetes, thank goodness.
And then it'll ask you to enter your height and your weight.
Okay, I'm short.
And then the test will calculate your score for you.
Okay, see your
Out of
results.
10.
And boom, I got a 0 out of 10.
Wow, that's awesome.
Which is low risk for pre-diabetes.
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
If you score 5 or higher, then you'll be at high risk for having pre-diabetes. But only a doctor can diagnose it for sure. So if you take the test and it tells you that you're at high risk, let your doctor know, and he or she can order a blood test to confirm it.
Okay, so eating healthier can also help prevent diabetes, doing some lifestyle changes, staying active. What are some of the programs that you'd suggest taking?
People can take the pre-diabetes risk test and join a diabetes prevention program at beatdiabetes.hawaii.gov. And they can also scan the QR code, which will take them directly to our landing page.
Right on, Elia. Thank you so much for joining me today and
Thank
for
you.
all the information. We're going to have everything up on our website as well, hinowdaily.com. Mahalo. Aloha and welcome back to Hai Now Daily. Mahalo everyone for watching our show today. I wanted to remind you that the Nami Walks registration is open. We heard from Amber and Lei earlier today, such wonderful ladies talking about a very important mission of helping those individuals and families who may be suffering from mental illnesses. So go ahead and check that out. Their Nami Walks happening in October and registration is open. And make sure you go over to Nico's because they are also doing some of those fantastic platters for graduation. And now the electric brunch is coming up this weekend. It's happening on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Artistry Honolulu. It'll feature brunch from Bubbly and Blue, a teen marketplace, and so much more. It's being hosted this weekend by a nonprofit organization called the Haumana Foundation, and proceeds will go to Project Hawaii, which helps homeless keiki. They're also collecting donations for the homeless as well. You can get those tickets online at showtix4u.com. And looking ahead to tomorrow, a Hai Now Daily exclusive with Common Kings, a private performance, and what they have coming up in 2024 and beyond. Again, thank you so much for watching us here on Hai Now Daily. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And you know what? Check out STIX Asia. They got a ton of different restaurants in the Asian Food Hall in Waikiki. So much good stuff. And we will see you all tomorrow. Mahalo.